Hello everybody. So, it is time to talk about guns of the apocalypse. Who am I kidding? I hate shotguns. Okay, so before we go any further, I'd like you to check out mymedic.com. Mymedic.com is one of those one-stop shop type places for all your tactical and EDC medical needs. They have everything from prepackaged kits like this cut and scrapes and burn kit for specific medical needs to completely loaded medical kits like this, IFAKs, backpacks, and so much more. Now the newest kit is the Construction Medic Kit. You can get kits sizing from Fleet, Journeyman, and Pro. Tons of great stuff in it for you and your entire crew. If you think being prepared stops at guns, you're wrong. You should be paying attention to your medical supplies as well. And if you're a prepper, medical supplies is a must. So check out mymedic.com. Use the code RTTMed20 for 20% off at checkout. Check them out. Again, mymedic.com. So as you guys may well know, that one of the tiers on Patreon is to guarantee a request, a fulfilled video request. And it's part of helping me run the channel, getting the videos made that you want to get made. And this one was from one of my patrons. He says, I have had this conversation several times in the last couple months, and it's always about how many guns and different calibers one person has. Personally, I think we shouldn't have more than we can carry on foot, like a couple of pistols, choice of rifle or shotgun or both, having some rebuild kits for those weapons, and I want the choice of being mobile if need be, and can take all of my stuff with me if I ever got to relocate in a hurry. Smart. I'm saying I think that's smart. He says, I guess what I'm getting at is, where do we draw the line? My buddy said that he has 14 of this and 10 of that, and all I could think about is either he has a hell of an ammo stockpile, or he has like 50 to 100 rounds for each caliber and wouldn't be able to do much with just one of his weapons. He laughed, and when I said all I have is an AR, a 19X, and a 12 gauge, then I told him I have 4 to 6 rebuild kits for each one, and only 3 types of calibers to worry about, and I got a shitload of ammo for each. He started talking about how much ammo he had, and got quiet. So I think that's a good question. I think it's a good subject. There's a lot of people that think guns matter, and as much as I love to sit here and say, is there such thing as too many guns? And the big macho man in me goes, hell no, the more the merrier. Guns don't matter. A selection of them do, but training, the ability to use them, and having ammo for them matter far more than how many guns you have. Now, if you are a collector, this doesn't pertain to you as much because you're collecting guns. You're not somebody, and you may have a certain amount of guns that are fit into this category, but if something actually happens to where we go as close as we are now to WROL, for real, Mad Max, WROL, SHTF, whatever you want to call it, you may have guns that you consider to be for that purpose. If you're a strict collector, this probably doesn't pertain to you. But if you're somebody that is seriously concerned about what the future could hold, that you may have to protect your liberties with your firearms, not to mention yourself and your property and your loved ones, this is probably more up the thinking that you've gone through before. Even if you have a gun for every most popular caliber in the United States, things that would be common battlefield pickups, which is like what I think people tend to forget about often, you're still only going to have 5, maybe 6 guns, and that's going to be in a couple pistol calibers, a couple rifle calibers, and a 12 gauge. Maybe 3 rifle calibers. If you add 7.62 by 39, 5.56, and then a long range option, be it probably 308, 30-06, so probably going to be your most common calibers across the country. And then you have your rising popularity calibers like 6.5 Creedmoor and things like that. But I still think that you're only talking about 5, maybe 6 different types of guns. And that's a stretch to think that you're going to carry all of those. I'll get into different guns here in a minute, but as I mentioned a minute ago, training really is top priority. You have your gun, you have your ammo, you need to get training with it. As good as you think you are without training, because you can run through some course that forces you to, I don't know, shoot targets, then dump your gun in a barrel or something. While that's a fun game, actual tactics training is going to be just as, if not more, useful than the game training, the competition game training. I'm not shitting on game training. I'm not shitting on competition training. I'm saying that that is not all you need. That is not where your knowledge in shooting firearms needs to end. At the end of this, I would say that there is absolutely too many guns. If you're bugging in and you absolutely have no intention on leaving your house, you're going to die on that hill, sure, get a howitzer. I mean, get as many guns and bolt them to the floor, have a muzzle pointing out each window with a box of ammo, you know, with a 50 cal can of ammo next to each one and 100 magazines full. And that's something else that people don't even think about. They'll have 5 or 10 mags, be like, I'm ready. No, you're not. You're going to go through 5 or 10 mags pretty freaking quick, especially in a sustained firefight. And that's assuming you're not doing just suppressive fire. 50, 75, 100 mags is probably a little bit more realistic. And that's magazines full of ammo. Between how fast you'll go through ammo, especially under stress, and magazine problems being pretty much the number one reason a gun goes down, you're going to want those mags. You're going to want them full of ammo because you're going to want to use them now. Does that mean it's realistic to carry 100 mags of ammo? Of course it's not. But next to gun ammo training is going to be full mags. Empty mags do you no good. And not enough mags means you're empty, you're done. There's no fight left. Now, with all that out of the way, what are some, and this is not something he asked, but I think I've answered the question, is that yes, absolutely, I think there is too many guns. I think there is too many guns with too little ammo and so on and so on. Training, proper amount of guns, 3, 4, maybe 5. What do I think are good guns to have? Now, without a doubt, anything chambered 9mm is going to be top priority in my opinion. If you don't have a 9mm pistol, you should get one. You should have had one already, especially if you're thinking about preps and revolutions and shit hits the fan and stuff like that. No, absolutely, 9mm on a world scale, it's the most popular pistol round, and you guys are going to be like, oh, here he goes. And it should be a Glock. Not because of reliability, not because of any other reason, then you're going to be more likely to find a Glock, especially 19 or 17, as a battlefield pickup than you are any other pistol chambered 9mm. It's just facts. It's how many are sold. It's how many are carried. It's just a fact of the matter. I don't care if you're a CZ guy. I don't care if you're a 1911 guy. I don't care if you're a SIG P320 guy. I don't care if you're a Masada guy. It's not a dig against anybody. It's just a matter of fact that you're most likely going to find a Glock, and Glocks in several styles and sizes have interchangeable parts. So as far as battlefield pickups, the only thing better than that is going to be an AR-15, because you have caliber commonality in the States, you have almost infinite interchangeability. So that's the second one. Those two, something in 5.56 223, an AR-15 or an AR pistol, and a Glock 9mm. First and foremost for SHTF in the United States. The second rifle, the second fighting rifle that I would pick is something chambered in 7.62 by 39, more specifically an AK. More specifically, something that accepts Romanian furniture and Romanian parts. There are a few AKMs, AK-47s, AK whatever people call them, I don't care, they're all AKs. There are a few specific ones, parts specific ones out there. Those are not the ones you're going to want to get. If you're a collector, again, you want uncommon, sort of off, out of the box AKs, then whatever. It is what it is. But for the circumstances we're talking about, you're going to want one that has the most commonality of parts across the board of AKs. 5.56, 7.62 by 39. They are both good at different things. I actually think for an urban environment, the 7.62 by 39 is a far superior cartridge. But as far as nationwide ammo commonality and firearm commonality, as far as battlefield pickups, absolute AR-15. I think I already mentioned the long-range rifles, 308, 30-06, probably going to be your most common calibers. As far as rifle commonality, probably one of the more common ones is like a Remington 700, even though I think they're absolute trash. I have, well, it's not in here, I have the Savage Hog Hunter. I don't do enough long-range shooting, to be honest with you, to tell you what of that style bolt action rifles are the most common ones, but I can tell you that those two calibers are going to be your most common calibers in the States. Shotgun, as useless as I think a shotgun is, 12 gauge, Remington 870, Mossberg 500 or 590. Just period. And then of course you have everything else you have to worry about. Your medical supplies, your food supplies, you're going to want spare clothing. You're going to want spare socks. But as far as firearms go, as far as the patron's conversation with his friends and the people he's talked to, he's absolutely right. And unless you're a collector, the narrower field of firearms with high amount of rounds, high amount of magazines, and high amount of training is absolutely, I think, the way to go for SHTF or WROL, whatever it is that may be coming down the road. It leaves you more mobile if possible, but even if you're in position, you still have what you need to defend yourself and your property, your loved ones, and your freedom. Okay, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Hit up Patreon down in the comments or down in the description if you want to support the channel. Also, all the affiliate links on my website if you want to support the channel. Other than that, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.